Hello, I'm Dr. Ritvika Basu. I'm a PhD in psychology and a certified music therapist. Presently, I am working as the academic lead of the Training Academy of India Autism Center. And the primary objective of the Training Academy is to upskill and train individuals and professionals who will be working at the campus to provide holistic care and support to the residents when Samavesh opens its door to the world in November 2026. There are a lot of questions that we are asked about what are the different domains where the Training Academy works. Regarding this, we often come across a few questions. The first one is, what kind of awareness workshops does the Training Academy conduct specifically for parents and families? The first step begins with the families, the parents, the guardians, and also the teachers maybe. Because the first step of identification, screening and assessment begins with observation, where the parents and the family members will be the first and the most important people or individuals who will observe how their children, how their wards are behaving, whether that is different or whether that needs to be referred to a professional in this field based on their behavior patterns. So for that, making the parents or the caregivers or the guardians aware of neurodevelopmental disorders, autism, intellectual disability is very important. Or another important area in this is how do the parents deal with their wards when they come to know about the condition that their wards are facing. How do they deal with it? So for that, the Training Academy has curated workshops on making them aware how they can deal with the situation, whom to approach, what would be their role to help their wards have a better and an easier life, and to help their wards cope with the situation. For example, our Training Academy has delivered workshops or webinars on ADHD for the parents who are working at Deloitte. And it was a thumping success where about 600 or even more of the guardians or the parents whose children have been diagnosed with ADHD participated, and they were benefited by the webinar and the workshop session, which was facilitated by the Training Academy. Similarly, we are also curating different workshops for parents also, and even there we are curating sensitization modules as well for the parents and the guardians whose children will be staying at the India Autism Center residential campus. One such module which we are creating is a module on aggression management. And meltdowns, how to address the challenging behaviors of the individuals during meltdown sessions or aggressive behaviors when they are manifesting those. The next question is, how can parents engage with these workshops while their child is supported at Samavesh? These workshops, and there is a reservoir of workshops that the Training Academy is curating even now, based on the different evidence-based practices that are evolving to have a more holistic perspective towards autism care. So there are umpteen workshops, and we are in the process of creating different modules which might be extremely relevant for the parents or the guardians of individuals who have been diagnosed with neurodevelopmental conditions like autism, intellectual disability, ADHD, specific learning disorders, and many more. So while your children are being taken care of and are being given all the support and care for a better life and for a more functional life by the multidisciplinary team, where we have the clinical psychologists, rehabilitation psychologists, special educators, vocational trainers, nutritionists, psychologists, speech and language therapists, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, and many more, you can meaningfully engage or be a part of the different training modules or the sensitization modules or the workshops that we will have and we will curate in future as well, to have a better understanding about the world of neurodevelopmental disorders, about the world of autism, and what could be your role and how can you contribute meaningfully as an integral part of the entire care system. The last question is, how do these workshops help families align home support with what is practiced on the campus? To answer these questions, I would like to tell you or inform all of you that Training Academy, in close collaboration with the communications team also, they are providing workshops for different corporates where there are a huge number of professionals whose children are being diagnosed with the neurodevelopmental conditions, as I've mentioned, like Deloitte. Many parents, about more than 600 parents actually participated in the webinar on ADHD because they wanted to know how they as parents can help their children deal with the situation. And most importantly, another thing is, when we are talking about inclusive ecosystem, it's very important to have inclusive workplace as well. So as parents or as professionals also, there are workshops which happen to help the professionals understand also, or even the parents understand also, how workspaces, how home environments and social environments can be made more inclusive and more comfortable for the individuals who have been diagnosed with neurodevelopmental disorders like autism, ADHD, ID, SLD. We also conducted a workshop on music therapy, and that workshop was conducted for both the individuals who have been diagnosed with autism as well as their parents, because we firmly believe that parents are the first and the most important caregivers of such individuals, and without them, that inclusive and holistic ecosystem cannot be achieved. So there, it was a whole day session where we divided the individuals with autism and their parents into 5 batches, and we actually showed and gave very relevant inputs about how they can also implement very simple techniques, music-based techniques, to deal or address the different challenging behaviors or the challenging situations and circumstances with their wards, even when they are not at the special schools or the therapy setup. So these are the small steps that the Training Academy is taking to make the parents or the other family members more aware about autism and the emerging techniques and the intervention methods that are being used to give a more holistic care to these individuals. And we are in the process of developing more such workshops and training modules, and having very technical and enlightening sessions with the invited resource persons who have experience and domain expertise of working with the individuals on the spectrum for years. Hopefully, these workshops, these modules, and also the podcasts which you can see on the YouTube channel of India Autism Center will help the parents and the family members integrate and be aligned with the therapeutic interventions that are being given at the therapy sessions, and how those can be implemented effectively beyond the therapy sessions when the individuals are at home or in other social contexts. This brings us to the end of the session. Thank you for being with us and showing continuous support to India Autism Center. Until next time, do not forget to check on the videos that are popping up on the screen right now, because they will help you to have more understanding of what India Autism Center is doing and how they are trying to build a truly holistic and inclusive ecosystem in the field of autism care.